Well, I wasn't lying about them making another review a day later, so here's another review. And this time, we're gonna review the NECA Shin Godzillas. The classic, aka the original release, and the re-release of the Atomic Blast, and the original version that's been customized. Sounds good? Alright, here we go. Also, if you want an in-depth review of the original Shin Godzilla's proportions and such, go check out Shin Godzilla. He actually did a review of him, and I believe there was another. What was his name? I will also link him in the description below. Hi guys, CyberKnight-Miky here. Or should I say, hello everybody in the old and new, CyberKnight-Miky here, and welcome back to another review. And you that is new here, I'm just doing some media stuff, either making reviews of figures, model kits, games, movies, etc. Whenever I feel like it. And today, well, it's gonna be a little bit special. And considering my birthday was yesterday, let's take a deep review of NECA's interpretation of Shin Godzilla. That's right, the NECA Shin Godzillas. The original red one, and the Atomic Blast, where he does the amazing scene. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, good thing I have the DVDs, Shin Godzilla. Or in Sweden, which actually pretty nice that it's actually on Sweden now. Godzilla återkomsten. Yep. Stor succé, 7 miljoner biobesökare i Japan och USA. AK translates to big success, 7 million visitors in Japan and USA. Yep, that's pretty much like it. Sannolikt the best Godzilla film I've ever seen. Translates to no doubt the best Godzilla film ever. Well, there's been other films, but considering that the allegory of this film, I will pretty much say so. Can't judge. And of course, the original cover, Shin Godzilla, a god incarnate, a city doomed. Yep, two versions, one with both Japanese with English text and English dub, and this one is the Japanese dub with Swedish text. Same bio, yada yada yada. Maybe, you know what? Because this is a double review, I'm gonna put these double films in different languages behind. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's just take a look at Okay, I was trying to say look at the backdrops, but let's take a look at the new box, shall we? You know, I had to say, NECA actually put it through to actually give us actual open-windowed boxes for once. And I am so surprised that I actually got them. Because, yeah, well, the artwork, you know, the original, well, promotion images are still kind of garbage. They are actually, well, technically not new, but it is actually pretty nice to see them on a boxed figure. And look at the flames on Tokyo. Damn, that looks good. And of course, the inside what the Godzilla should look like. 65th anniversary, soon gonna be 66. Stuff falling down, but I don't care. Here we have the images and the bio. Both says the same thing. A god incarnate, a city doomed. And actually, pretty much both of them actually had the same bio. You know, you can just pause and just read it over your phone. But, yeah, what is this? than the boxing channel. But you know what I did for the unboxing? Which is actually kind of, well, let's just say I actually appreciate this more than, yeah. Remember the video that I uploaded about the first Shin Godzilla Atomic Blast? No? Okay. But yeah, let's be real. I just hate this goddamn packaging. You know why? Because this is just straight up plastic. You had to cut this packaging, and it's still going to be a hard one to open. And you might say, well, it's kind of a original NECA design. Well, take a look at, instance, the NECA Godzilla Monster of Monsters figure. You know, the 8-bit Godzilla. And yes, this is actually the real release, but the original also had this kind of box. So, no excuse. They should have just went for boxes after releasing that, considering it's more better than just having straight up stupid plastic box that's literally just using a tool to open it, and you just can just take out the tape that is actually on this top. But yes, the bending wire, the twisty ties is still the thing, but it's kind of easier in this kind of packaging. Kind of like the backdrop. Without further ado, let's take a look at the figures themselves. Shall we? Let's. Whoop! Here we go. Maybe the pausing mechanism kind of is a bad thing. I don't know. But anywho, what's the changes between these original, the original and these new releases? Well, for starters, it's kind of, well, non-existent. Wait, hold on. I wonder if this will work. Sorry if I lengthen the video, but I'm just gonna see if this actually makes this look better. Ah! Too bright for you guys? Well, you have to deal with it. Anywho, what's the difference between these ones and the original, which I actually going to show you right now? Yeah, we have a comparison, a quick one, of my original NECA Shin Godzilla Atomic Blast, which I customized the hell out of it because, well, let's just say that I was not kinda pleased with the end result. And what do I mean end result? Well, you see the red spot over there? That's actually red plastic. And yeah, they literally painted over a red plastic figure. I'm sure this one is also as well, but I think this is actually more better covered than this. If you watch other reviewers, you will totally get what I mean. And I give it a little bit better purple than its original purple because it's just straight up white. And yes, this one is also white, but it's actually more executed well. And you also thought back in Shin Godzilla's review that the tail is pretty much solid than the original NECA Godzilla's, well, tail, which was floppy. And guess what? It's also floppy. This is just not a very solid tight. And look, solid, and shockingly solid. So what's the issue? The ball joint. These ball joints, yes, it might be like 2 years now, or just straight up a year now, but it's still crappy. And considering it's Shin Godzilla, the original release, yeah, it's kind of crappy. But I customized it because I wanted it to look more, well, screen accurate, and the S.H.MonsterArts version, which I almost nailed, but it took a lot of execution. Also, here's an also trick. You see the eyes here? Yeah, I shipped out the eyes so I will give it the silver touch, because pretty much in the film, his eyes was literally silver covered, like shark-eyed lenses. So it would cover from the flames they, well, exposed. Which also will come out to another thing, which I know some other will criticize. Only this one has accessories, but not this. Well, for starters, for once, this guy doesn't have any accessories because he does not have any atomic breath in that mode, and two, he doesn't include any vehicles because NECA don't have any license of the real actual vehicles, or at least S.H.MonsterArts parts, which is actually the same execution. They're only making the monster figures. And you're probably saying, well, they did make vehicles. Well, they did make vehicles that is literally fictional, and also from the kaiju universe. You know, Showa, Heisei, Millennium, which are all just made up vehicles. They're not real. You know, where you saw in the S.H.MonsterArts accessory pack. Yeah, fictional. And the ones in the Shin Godzilla film, pretty much real cars and vehicles. Do they have license on that? This is not Transformers, remember? But anywho, let's stop jabbering about Transformers and let's take a look at the figures. And I gotta say, what an improvement. I don't know what it actually is, but it's kind of the execution of the paint. I mean, sure, the red is kind of a little bit hard to see in the camera, but if you look closely, there is actually a solid paint that is not just too sloppy. It's kind of really executed, well, except for the knee, but it kind of looks like he's been bleeding from, well, the missiles. And red, well, not perfect, at least it's good. Still don't like their rubber spines, but yeah, overall a really good sculpt. My only criticism with, well, at least for this particular figure, well, and also this one, the tail, it's way too short. And considering the tail, well, let's just say we all know what's the deal. This figure does not have a face on the tail. I mean, sure, it might look a little resemble, but it's not well sculpted, and this was actually the issue in the original release. And there's also been still occasional of, well, tennis paint slop, but it's kind of a little bit shaded off a little bit more in this figure, but all in all, kind of a disappointment that they did not even change too much on the tail. And you know why? Case in point, Shin Godzilla. Take a look at his end of the tail. What do you see? A face on the end of the tail. And it's well sculpted. And you know, I'm making fucking bullshit. Well, they're kind of the same size, so what's the excuse here? Yes, this one is cheaper, but come on, NECA, you could have done a little bit better. Also, speaking of S.H.MonsterArts, you notice something different between these figures? Yeah, I customized this one too. You know why? Well, for starters, here's the difference. I mean, this is actually still accurate with the dark crimson red color, but kind of shaded off, so I made it a little bit brighter. So, if you actually are new to this channel and actually are like know about Shin Godzilla and such. Maybe you, Shin Rob-Shira, and maybe others. Scorpion, Caesar. What do you think of this color scheme? Tell me in the comments below. Alright, let's add this comparison. Actually, just in case, for the head sculpt. And oh boy, the head sculpt. Well, let's just say that the paint apps on the eyes are actually really stunning. Well, yeah, it's kind of goofy, but have you even seen the film? It was pretty much goofy in both of the eyes. And kind of the angles. Yeah, pretty much accurate. Well, except for, well, if you look at the box arch, it kind of misses about a bunch of teeth. Well, it's kind of excusable. Well, you can make an excuse and actually allowed, because this is a small figure and making the teeth that sharp is impossible. But one thing, not only the head size, because a lot have criticized for being long, which I can agree when you post it like that. I mean, if you want to post him like that when he's laying down, unlike our S.H.MA version, which is just staying still. But one thing for sure, this one did correctly. Having just an open, wide jawline. The jawline doesn't exist there. It's way back. Which, to my knowledge, this one has way to front. And what I mean by that is that his mandibles are way too far on the front, which they are not supposed to be. They should be at least here, not way over there. This is Shin Godzilla we're talking about. And if you actually look at the prototype images, yes, that head might be big, but at least it's proportionate. And actually looks kind of Shin Godzilla. This kind of looks like a weird Godzilla looking, like Shin Godzilla 2.0. Except it's not. Anyway. Speaking of Shin Godzilla, have I ever told you about the backdrops? Man, if you haven't picked out the backdrops from the boxes, man, I just don't know who you are then. Because these backdrops are just amazing. And you can display your figures with them. It's actually pretty awesome. Just before we make a comparison, let's make a literal fast articulation. Let's start off with, well, the possibility with the ball joint on the head, the double barbell joint on the top and the bottom. You can look around, and also JobbyTheHong meme. Actually, JobbyTheHong, JobbyTheHong meme. By the way, have you ever watched his latest review with the Figma Marco from Kill la Kill? Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And considering it was my birthday yesterday, I feel like a little bit of a birthday gift. Thank you, Jobby. Anyway, the neck is also on a ball joint, which also is not about this guy, but let's wait for that. His waist is on the ball joint, which can go at 360 degrees, but I do not recommend doing that. The arms, out, in, swivel, and hinge combo. And also, just to be more fun, he can do a T-pose. Man, it's gonna be crazy if I don't add any music. Oh wait, there already is. But also, like JobbyTheHong's video, Jobby video about Shin Godzilla, it's just not a great spread. Yeah, it's kind of pathetic, and considering this is an old mold, the spread is kind of a little bit off. But one thing for sure, the paint and sculpt is artistic. Maybe that should be my catchline. What do you think? Oh well, I gotta go for it. Anyway, the knees are on a hinge joint. And by the way, if you're gonna get this figure, use hairdryer or warm water to loosen the joints, because one of the knees, basically this one, well, let's just say it's got me a little bit of a mark on my thumb. So yeah, be prepared to have a hairdryer. Maybe have a help from your parents to loosen up the joints. And also, pretty much a ball joint on the feet. And also a hole for the stand adapter if you want. And of course, the tight ass tail, which I actually appreciate. Ball joint here, ball joint here, ball joint here, ball joint here. And non-existing bending wire, because that, well, bending wire is stupid. So I kind of appreciate what they are doing. And also, this is actually a quality control issue. Goddamn. Overall, this figure is actually pretty good, but it could have been better. Like this one, which is kind of a better approval over the this guy and the original figure. Why? Well, let's say, holy crap. Holy Jesus. You don't hear, but just listen. That is literal grooves, like a dried acrylic figure, and when I actually open it, it smells wonderful. Unlike our poor excuse for a figure, this one is actually pretty awesome. Starting off with the jaw, yep, this is actually still a thing. The jaw should not be here. Actually, the memory should not be front, but here. So I did a modification on mine. Did a little bit of approval. Still existing, but the teeth are there, so I didn't want to cut it too much. And one thing that the original did not have, that real release does have, much more purple. I mean, look at the purple. It just sparkles. Jesus, this actually looks like the promotional image. This looks like the promotion Shin Godzilla Atomic Blast figure. It actually came out like from the promotional images. Well, there's no purple, it's just straight off white. But I can actually appreciate how it's just supposed to be like. I actually appreciate this more than the original version. It's sleek. It does not be more. It is not that much red, and it's matte paint. It feels like matte painted, which is kind of is, but I kind of appreciate more. And yes, the pupils are there. Not accurate, but I actually like it for being there. I am so. I'm just gasping about this specific figure, because the paint job is just spectacular. I don't know how to say it straightforward or just repeat it myself, but the paint is just spectacular. And look, now it's just, look at this tip of the tail. Now it's literally like 80% purple, and then just 10% white and 10% black. Far from my original release, which I actually painted on, but yeah, that was just straight up white. But you will understand how much I appreciate this more. And also, yeah, this actually still exists, but I actually kind of expect this. I should have got this like this a year ago. And yes, the articulation is still the same, except this remolded head does not have an opening jaw. But it does come with something special. The beam. The laser beams. And yeah, the original literally have covered paint, which is kind of stupid, but now you just does not have too much, so you can stick it in like so. And yes, this is bending wire, but I do not recommend bending it. Oops. Well, considering it's a quality control issue with no bending wire on figures, yeah, you kind of expect what I'm talking about. This is now a soft tail, so be careful when you're posing this one. And also do not break the hip joint, unlike my special 8-bit, which I accidentally ripped. Kind of did a goddamn Doomslayer action. Ripping. Sorry, I've been playing too much Doom Eternal. And Doom, in fact. And having the backdrop, oh my god, look at this. Look at this. It's spectacular. Holy shit. Let me just say, do you appreciate this more than just the original? If so, I recommend you picking them up. Oh yeah, size comparison. Well, let's just get there straightforward. This is actually 6-inch. And of course, here we have, well, pretty much mine. Why did I goddamn unpause? Oh goddamn it, now we're gonna do it in editing it even more. And I would just want to edit in my phone, but yeah. I appreciate that this has a little bit more faded purple than just this one and just straight white. But here is my figure. And of course, the one that's literally is supposed to be like a 118-meter tall Shin Godzilla. Boom! They brothers. And Grandpa as well. So, should I remove them? Nah, just keep it like so. Overall, what did I think about these figures? Well, both of them, I recommend picking on both. Just one that's actually just straight off regular painted, but also executed well than the original. And for the box with the backdrop from the quote-unquote final scene, yeah, totally recommendable. And the atomic blast, holy crap, you do not know how much I would recommend it. I am 100% saying this is much more valuable than this. The reason why I did not review this figure, here's the thing. I am trying my best to actually edit my own video about this guy, but considering all the quality control issues, the bad paint, the bad sculpt, and, well, pretty much the figure itself and the box, I just give up. And also trying to edit. Oh yeah, this one has more accurate spikes than this one. I mean, sure, it's small, but at least do something. Oh yeah, those nails were also, never had some paint apps, so yeah, screw you. At least I actually customized you so it'd be better, but before, not recommended. But for you guys, you two, I said that NECA's, not you, Shin Godzilla, S.H.MonsterArts, but I do recommend you as well. So, why am I recommend them? Well, for starters, literally they're like 20 or 30 bucks. So picking up both up, 60 with your value of 2 and beams. And good paint apps. Oh yeah, if you're looking in the store, which is online, which I did. Online in Hero Mick, but you can also get it in Big Bad Toy Store. Do not expect it being promotional pictures quality. These are actually, in person, they are spectacular. But lower your expectations to be amazing. Great or good is fine to be expected, but amazing, then Shin Godzilla, well, not directly. If you want something like Shin Godzilla, S.H.MonsterArts level, well, save your cash for those then. But if you want to complete, well, these are not the bad figures by any means. For me, I'm actually quite happy to have them being re-released and actually being in my goddamn apartment. It's just amazing. I never intended to pick this up, but considering the box, the overall resculpt, that actual, the new sculptor for NECA Godzillas, take that, Randy. It's just, I'm shocked. What I'm seeing is spectacular. So yeah, I recommend you all just pick this up if you are a fan of Godzilla, or just like Shin Godzilla, or just want to have a Godzilla figure. Then I would recommend these figures for you. But if you want something with accessories, go with this guy. But just for the accuracy, go with this guy. Overall, I would recommend you all to enjoy something that's literally a god incarnate. A city doomed. Yeah, I already did that catch frying. Alright, I'm now over. I want to go to bed now. Well, see you guys tomorrow. If you want something, well, comment quick.